Hello Leute, today I'm going to go over the 5 tools that I use that helps me on my German language learning journey. The first one's going to be this German book for dummies. It's a good reference book. It's fairly inexpensive and they had it at Barnes & Noble. I also have the one for Spanish. These are good reference books. They really are. They have everything from the alphabet to sentences to how to have a telephone conversation, how to reserve information, how to reserve a hotel room, order food, your basic day-to-day conversations, and in pretty good detail. They have a lot of vocabulary. Just, you know what I mean? It's a good reference. You're sitting on the couch, you don't want to look at your cell phone, but you still want to reference some things. It's good to go off of this. Plenty of definitions, dictionaries in the back. Glossary, anyway, not a dictionary. Like some indexes. It'll show you how to. Yeah, these are definitely my favorite resource books to look into, other than a dictionary. I would have had a dictionary to list, but that's kind of just an obvious things. They're kind of outside the box type of ideas that help me learn. This book's definitely a good purchase. You won't be disappointed. I got it at Barnes & Noble. I believe they have them on Amazon. There's even like a new edition for the German one. The second thing you're going to need is a language learning app like Lingoda or Babbel or Duolingo. I use Rosetta Stone. And why it's beneficial is because it gives you the steps. It's in order of how you should learn the language. It's not perfect. It gives you the steps in order to better learn the language than to start off on YouTube, like learning future tenses and past tenses instead of just learning simple sentences and how the structure works, and how the grammar works. And you can really confuse yourself if you're going outside the order. It's easier to start with the dog is red and loves his blue ball than it is the planets rotate around the earth. Whatever, you know what I'm saying. Something technical. A language learning app will keep you on track. All the lessons are in order. They do it for a reason. They're teachers, they're scholars, and they have a system down that's just easier to use. It does cost money, but it's worth it in the long run. Instead of just grabbing information from different parts of YouTube or reading things from the internet or blogs, it's just a good program. It's good to have. It's not a waste of your money. It's definitely a good system. The thing that it doesn't do is it doesn't really teach you grammar. You'll see different things happening and they'll highlight the words, but it won't tell you why the article's changing. And then when that happens, you go back to these reference books and it'll explain why they change and when they change. And if that's not enough information, then you go to YouTube. But because the app tells you or shows you that something's different but doesn't tell you why, that's just then you just go and resource some more. Which is kind of helpful. It kind of teaches you how to learn a language, because it's more than just one tool is going to do it. You're going to need a bunch of different resources. This is just a list of 5, the 5 that I use. Language learning app is definitely important. It's not a waste of money. I use Rosetta Stone, and I can do a video on how I use it, because I don't just picture, point, and match things. There's another way to go about it. No one really talks about it, but I can shoot a video on that if you're interested in that. And then the third thing you need is just paper and pencil. Just write down sentences, make up sentences. Rosetta Stone, they say sentences, kind of just pause the program and write it down and repeat it. Makes it easier. You see it, you're hearing it, it's speaking to you, then you're writing it down, you see it again, and you're writing it, so you know how to spell it. It just makes learning a little bit quicker. The brain picks up on these things and things happen faster. Paper and pencil is definitely a must. And take notes. Notes are okay. I know it's probably old school. I write down everything. I'll show you in this book that I have. I wrote down pretty much the entire Rosetta Stone program. I'm trying to learn it. Anything helps. You got to get this information into your brain and you got to memorize it. And along with the pencil and papers, number 4 is write a journal. And this will help you with keeping up with vocabulary that's current and useful. If you're writing about things that are happening in your daily events, or things that happen that week, so you can write past tense, things you want to happen, so then you can write in future tense. You're going to learn a lot more that way. And use a translator. Not like a person translator, but like Google Translate, which is okay. I prefer Reverso over Google Translate. And this writing a journal kind of helps too. Kind of gives you an idea of how you, perfect tense and past, just the different tenses. And if you don't know it by, memory, it's okay to look the stuff up and then write it. Just remember to go back and read it so you don't have to keep going back and translating it. Try and break the cycle. Also, when you're writing a journal, try and write it first and then go back and see if it's correct. And Google Translate won't always translate correctly. They just do it in their way, when there's more than one way to say something. Just remember that too. So you could be correct, but Google's telling you one thing. That's why I kind of like Reverso, because it kind of has more than one idea on how to write a sentence. Keeping a journal is also good for just seeing how far you've come, you know? Like, the first month, your sentences aren't going to be very good. You don't even know what to write, because it's just a different thing that you've never done before. It gets kind of complicated, because it is a journey. Like, it's going to take a long time. I think I've been learning German now for about a year and a half consistently, probably about 3 years total inconsistently. I've been learning Spanish for about a couple months now, and that's been pretty inconsistent too. Actually, I've been learning it since like 9th grade. That's a whole other video. Doing that. Fifth thing that I would do is get a camera and just record yourself speaking. Because like trying to find people to speak to isn't easy, especially in the beginning, unless you hire a tutor, which gives money. But it's easier just to record yourself speaking, kind of listen to your pronunciation, the words you're using, and what you sound like. Like, it's okay to make mistakes, especially, I mean, no one's going to hear it. Plus, mistakes are going to be made. Like, you're not, this isn't where you're used to speaking. Your brain's not working that fast yet. But the more you speak, the more you'll learn, the more you're used to it. I mean, I have videos on here where I'm speaking, and I don't even know if it's coherent, some of it. You get pretty nervous, too, if you're, like, posting it to YouTube, so don't even have to do that. I mean, you should. If you want to, if you can. Why not, dude? They'll just laugh at each other. But yeah, it's definitely a good way to learn by recording yourself speaking it. Because, I mean, how are you supposed to know what you sound like? What you sound like in your head is not what you sound like out loud. What you say in your head doesn't come out that way in your mouth either. It's weird. It's not like second nature or fluent yet. But you'll get there. That's how you get there, is through speaking. Even if it is to yourself and recording. I mean, obviously it's not perfect, but the more you speak, the more opportunities you'll find to speak to people that speak it. I think using these methods from the start of your language learning German will decrease the amount of time you spend studying on your way to fluency. And you have something to reference to. You've got your app to teach you the ways from step A to B to C to D. You're writing about current things. You're using proper language. You're using all the tenses. It'll come. It's not easy. If it was easy, everyone would do it, right? Like, it's not easy. It's not. And it takes time. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. Like, subscribe. I'll make some more videos. I'm in kind of a way trying to figure something else out. I'm back though. It's all good. Life's crazy, dude. Roller coaster. Yeah, follow me on Twitter at Billy B Reacts, and that's about it. I'm on YouTube and Twitter. I'm not doing too much social media on this site. Yeah, if you have any questions, if you want that Rosetta Stone video on how I use it, I'm totally down to do that. It'll probably be a long one because it's in depth. Like, it's way more in depth than just the pictures and things. But yeah, that's it. Enjoy. Have fun on your journey. Hope these tools help. If they do, let me know. Like, subscribe.